In this short video, I'm going to cover how to use the GVMS system to create GMRs. GMR is the barcoded boarding pass, if you like, that a driver needs to get on a ferry out of the UK and into the UK, but that's a different subject for a different day. So we're going to create one for this entry that we've already done, and I'm just going to flip over to the screen capture now and just show you how to actually input this and get a barcode back from the system. Okay, so we're in the GVMS dashboard and we're ready to create a GMR. So we're going from Great Britain into Northern Ireland. And as with anything you do through government websites, there's an awful lot of clicking and scrolling and waiting, but you get used to it. So select the planned route. Okay, so this cargo is going around to Belfast. Confirm if the driver will travel with the vehicle. Yes, they will in this instance. Vehicle registration number is ST1, and I'm just copying that from the summary sheet that we drew up for the TSS entry we did. So that's just giving me all of this information. Okay, confirm if the vehicle contains goods. Yes, and is it being moved under a transport contract? Yes, it is. There doesn't seem to be any implication from that question, whether you answer it yes or no. So I would advise, if you've booked it with a haulier, it's being moved under a transport contract. If you're moving it privately, you say no to that, and that's all you really need to know. So the type of declaration for goods from GB to NI is an entry in declarant's records. Now, when it asks for the trader's EORI number, please don't give it the trader's EORI number. This is part of the system that hasn't been updated or fixed, if you like, since it was implemented when Brexit came into effect. So there's this wildcard reference that we were told to put in as a temporary measure, and a couple of years later, you're still putting that in. So that number exactly as I've typed there is the number that you enter when you're asked what is the trader's EORI number. And I've listed it below in the notes just so you can use it. After you've used it once, it will save it in your browser. So hopefully it's not too much of a difficulty. Okay, any entry summary declarations? Yes, we do. Okay, so the purpose of the entry we did earlier was to generate an MRN number, which the TSS then sent back to us on their email. So the MRN number that they sent us, I'm now going to enter to this field. In another video, I will go into a bit more detail about what MRN numbers actually are and what the prefixes mean and so on. But for now, just make sure that you do it exactly as it is. So I'm just going to double check. So 23XI 0514. Actually a 5I4. SHAK 7WP 003. Okay. The system will validate your MRN to make sure that it is valid. So, okay, all consignments have been declared, and continue. Now, this is just a chance to do a final check that everything is correct. And again, referring to your summary sheet, checking that the vehicle matches, that the route matches. And finally, you're going to look down and see, okay, there's our MRN number. The status is green and valid, so it's good to go. And we hit finish, and we have a GMR. Now you can either print this or save it. What I tend to do is use the snipping tool, and then you can snip it and drop it directly into the WhatsApp for Web browser application. And I do this to get them quickly to drivers, but it's a handy tip if you want to use it. So you have successfully created a GMR. The driver scans this at the port in GB, and job done.